This is a reVerb Communications podcast. We call it The Message Gets Through. Okay, here's the thing. We now live in an age where everyone is platformed. Everyone is sending messages all the time. We are living through the mess age. But what messages actually get through? What works? Every couple of weeks here at reVerb Communications, we gather some crack communications colleagues together and discuss messages that make the mark. I'm Glenn Kubish. I'm the creative lead at reVerb. Today I'm joined by communications associates Meghan Capicio.
Hello.
And Roberta Farion.
Hi there.
Let's get at it. Roberta, bienvenida. What's up your sleeve, as they used to say in the analog days?
Yeah, so from the starting grid, I am a big F1 fan. It's like the only sport I, dedicated to watching. And I know baseball is going on and everything, but I got really excited this weekend. It was the Mexican GP. And so the thing that I love about Mexico is like they get you in from like the title song. They actually changed the F1 theme to kind of like a mariachi cultural infusion version that just revs me up.
Let's listen.
Give it a listen. It's so good.
Let's listen first to the original.
Yes, Brian Tyler is the composer of this. I recorded it with the London Philharmonic. Not sure who recorded the Mexican rendition, but we'll start with the original.
Here's a couple of seconds of each.
A banger on its own. It's just so good. That's some sexy racing that's going to happen. Sexy
and F1, I guess they go together.
They do go together. It's like it's the race cars. It's just cool, And I mean, before the race, you're kind of watching, fans and spectators flood the kind of starting grid and they roam around and they do the pre-race analysis. And then you see people who show up and they're wearing their luchador masks and they're like doing like the Day of the Dead face paint. I'm not sure specifically what that's called, but it's just people go all out for this. And they do for other races as well.
And for the music as well, do they lose their minds over the mariachi?
I think people do lose their minds over it. I think it's just, it gets you and you look forward to it. They do it, annually. And Mexico is the only one who gets their own specific music.
And does it change every year?
No, it's the same kind of rendition.
Same rendition, okay.
Why change what works, It's If they did this for every race, I would love it. But it's great that Mexico has their own thing. Yeah.
If they did this for Canada, or could they do it for Canada?
Just a bunch of air horns blasting and hockey sounds.
That fanfare's got a hook. It's in my ear. Ba 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 ba.
It's so
ba.
good, yeah.
Da, 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 da.
I'm I got to update my ringtone now.
What else does he do? This composer.
So he's a big sports guy. He has done ESPN Sunday Night Football theme, I believe, and then he has also done Fast and Furious franchise. Megan, you're a big fan.
Yes, love the Fast and Furious. So he has done some pretty classic and iconic musics and tunes.
I know specifically when I say Fast and Furious, you're like, yes, it's the music that gets me. It's not,
That's why I keep
riveting
watching.
Plot.
No, it's not that it's family oriented.
Why does F1 need that music?
I mean, I feel like every sport has its iconic thing. We had the Hockey Night in Canada theme, that. It became a big identity thing, and F1 is an international sport, and so you kind of need to unite it with something, and it's the theme song. Everyone, you kind of watch the drivers flash across the screen. They all have their own poses, but it's that music that starts every week that just ignites the fans, and I love it. I never skip the theme song.
Thanks, Roberta. Chapter 2 is yours, Megan. What caught your attention? What message got through?
Right, so as I was doing my weekly scrolling, as I do on my Instagram, two big things in Edmonton, construction and the Alberta teachers strike.
Ooh,
so I saw a meme this weekend that bring them both together. Photo of a bunch of construction workers filling a pothole, and the text said, so around the lines of, so you need 6 construction workers for 1 pothole, but 1 teacher for 40 students. So I just thought about that. Even today when Roberta and I were walking from our other office, we saw a group of construction workers laying down some asphalt. Was there 8 of them? Yes.
It was a full team.
It was a full team. And if you do think about it, how does a teacher manage a classroom of 40 with only 1 person?
Wow, so that changed that meme that you're talking about changed the way that you then saw a scene in the real world.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. the interesting thing is, like, you could debate both points. Why does it take
Right.
6 people? And, you know, is there specializations? It's probably a lot of equipment. And then, you know, a teacher is kind of doing a lecture. So there's probably an opportunity to justify both of those. But it opens up the conversation, and it does make you think about it.
I've never made the connection. I've only stayed with the stereotype, and the stereotype is, you know what, there are too many construction workers standing around watching one guy dig or shovel. So I did not take what's right about having 6 workers at a pothole location and apply it to another field where there's only one worker.
Yeah, I wonder if it's a fair extrapolation, but, you know, it does make you wonder.
Yeah, it does make you think. Not sure, if it's even or fair, but you think about it for sure when you look at that.
How did it find you? You're doing your daily
I
doom
do
scroll?
have quite a few teachers in my lives,
Right.
so they have been posting some interesting and funny and resonating memes. So just going through all of that, one of my friend's stories, and that one definitely stuck with me. I sat there and I paused it, wanted to look at it a little bit because it did actually resonate with me in my field of work. So I did take a second and think about it for sure.
And in this day and age, what does pausing mean? Another couple seconds?
Yeah, another couple seconds, you're really thinking about it, because in the world of how fast media is, there's TikTok where you're watching a 5-second video and then you scroll to the next thing. The fact that I stopped there, paused, and thought about it doesn't
And then
mean
you
that
thought
it
about
catch
it
my
again.
eye.
You know, we were walking and then it kind of hit
That-
you.
right.
So, like, you know, you recall it. I think that's a big thing.
There's a bit of an afterlife to it,
Yes.
or a half-life to it that does not vanish when you scroll to the next. It actually changed the way you saw something in the so-called real world.
Yeah. And even having it relate to something in my life made me then look into the teacher strike a little bit more too. So it's interesting how that all had a domino effect.
Interesting juxtaposition between the two examples so far. Something probably highly produced, orchestral in its nature, tied to a huge
Marketing campaign at the very least.
right
Yeah.
versus something that would have taken how long to make, do you think?
Oh, you could have whipped that up in 3 minutes.
Okay, let's bring it home. My turn. Okay, so I want to talk about an electronic message road sign. You know, the ones that I'm talking about, they're portable. They get taken to construction sites to tell drivers what's coming. The one that that caught my attention was on the Yellowhead, coming back westbound into Edmonton from Fort Saskatchewan on the weekend. And the message was sharp left swerve after bridge.
I've seen this one, yeah.
So the need for the sign is obvious, right? If you, there are 2 lanes that temporarily swerve, as happens a lot in our construction time. Lane markings change, and whereas once you could go straight, now you have to swerve. That's what you have to do here. So 2 lanes after the bridge construction, you swerve to the left. And if you are in the inside lane, the danger is obvious. If you do what you normally have done and just continue in a straight line, you're going to clip the car to your right.
In an F1, we'd call this a chicane.
A chicane.
Yes.
So very
Great
nice.
opportunity to get ahead if you know what you're doing. But you have to be aware of the risks. It's true.
Now,
Don't take her driving.
it's the message was succinct. 30 characters, including spaces in that message, sharp left swerve after bridge, but not confoundingly succinct. No abbreviations, no burnt out bulbs, no unnecessary words, no articles. This is good headline writing at 30 kilometers an hour. But for me, the real triumph of that electronic road sign was that it took seriously what exists in an audience before they come into a communications space. I was programmed, because I drive that stretch of road, to go straight after that bridge. But somebody took seriously that pre-existing thought and attacked it, and didn't just leave the lane markings to do the work, or a sign that says construction ahead or bridge construction. They really took seriously what was already in my head as an audience member. So a bit of mundane communication there. It's not musical, not political. TikTok was not involved, but still, I think a very successful example of the message getting through. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think it's one of those examples of, like, you go the last 1% or 5%. It's the whole situation is laid out. And if you're paying attention, it's probably easy enough to follow. But why stop there? If there's something else you can do, you should try it out. I like that. I think we should see more of that in construction. And from the inquiry side, what I tend to manage, I'm always advocating for that. I think that that's a perfect example of just making sure you've covered all your bases.
Oh yeah, because you could definitely have just stopped at the bridge. Like there's a change in how you're driving here, but they said you swerve here. Like with that action word, they said this is what you're going to be doing with your car.
Yeah,
it is an action word, and it was a call to action that I did not expect would happen, and I actually felt okay. I felt a little more alert, and I felt that I had something to do, some action I had to take. It was kind of electrifying in a kind of a way. And I don't know if that happened for all drivers, but I can testify that it happened to me. So kind of mission accomplished.
Yeah. Swerve is a good word. I'm just going to say it like even in pop culture, I can't list them because it's probably not appropriate, but like music with swerve in it, it maintains its place in society. It's changing with the times.
Thanks for the chicanery, friends. Thanks for being here. Thanks for your insights. And thanks for being with us. If you liked The Message Gets Through, give us a like, give us a follow, and we'll see you next time around the table at reVerb Communications for The Message Gets Through. Anything that you felt you did not say that?
There was one thing with Meghan's where I wanted to say, and this is so dumb, we don't have to re-record for this, but the meme is kind of like apples and oranges, but in the words of Little Dicky, the most hilarious rapper ever, why can't fruit be compared? Oh my God. That's the only thing where I'm like, and I wouldn't have said the first word, but I'm like, there's something there. Well, why can't fruit be compared?